before discussing it with me.
Oh, I am live. I'm live. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. It was a beautiful day today. It was a blessed day today. Yeah, I'm gonna turn my TV down. But it was a nice day today. I was supposed to go to the beach, but I didn't. I ended up planting some things. I'm gonna see in my little homemade garden. Got some grow bags, some seeds. I'm gonna try to grow some sunflowers or something. I love sunflowers. Love them. Love yellow is my favorite color anyway. But all right. As you see, this is another Carmelo Anthony update. The news that I found, what I found throughout my watches today in YouTube world. I picked up. I got to watch a few people. Yesterday, I watched the Black Alpha Network. Shout out. He had a lot of good information. Shout out Black Alpha Network. Who else did I watch? Uh, I watched Bizarro. I watched Mo Better. I watched TMO. I watched a lot of people today. But what I really watched were the updates on this Carmelo Anthony thing. As I have said, it's on my spirit. And until it is handled correctly, until he gets an appeal, this is what I would be talking about. So I just want to tell anybody, I lost a few subs. I noticed that. But that's okay. That's all right. Let me explain to you what my channel is, so everyone knows. My channel is basically about world news, topics, situations in life. My commentary is basically about world news and topics, things that affect me. Now, it might be a little mess thrown in there every here and there. I like mess, light-hearted mess. As long as it doesn't turn too dark, I'm good with it. We all got a little mess in us, even though how hard we try to fight it. We are of flesh and blood. Amen. All right, let me tell you what I found. Like I said in the title, it keeps getting crazier and crazier. Every day I turn on this YouTube, another revelation is being spoken about when it concerns this case. It's very crazy, very dark, very just nasty. They did that boy dirty. Nasty work. Nasty work. Hi, Dat 504. Hi. How are you? I'm gonna make this quick because I gotta go watch Jordan. I need my laughs for tonight. To take my mind off of all of this evilness taking place, all of this corruption taking place all around us. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. But this is the most blatant I have ever seen it shoved in our face. Okay, let me start. Hi, Rennie. How you doing? Nice to see you guys dropping by. It won't be quick. I just wanted to go through my updates because this case is getting more crazier to me every day. All right, so Carmelo, that boy was jumped. They said the people who have seen the video says four men, four kids approached him. One of them being the deceased brother. They jumped Carmelo, and that's when the stick happened. Sadly, the twin lost his life. May he rest in peace. We all know that it shouldn't have happened. Like I said, he was being bullied. I don't care what anyone says, because if a child is so afraid to go to school that he feels he needs to bring something to protect himself, he was being bullied. And like I also said in my other video, something seems off about this case. And sure enough, who did we see? The father made it had an interview with somebody, and he went scorched earth on the blacks. He called the mother a drug bitch. He said we are watermelon something. What watermelon felons? Yeah, watermelon felons. Oh, his true characters came out in that interview, which I already knew. I already knew. He just confirmed it for me that whole thing was a setup. They're racist bullies, and he just showed it in that last interview. The way that man talked, I was like, wow, wow. This is how you really feel. Tell us how you really feel, son. Watermelon felons, and he deserves what he get, which understandably, I agree. A penalty needs to be there. He took someone's life. I would say manslaughter because he didn't intentionally meant to kill that boy. He was protecting himself. I know he was being bullied, and we know what kids do when they are continuously bullied. What do they do? Hmm. Some of them take a lot of people out. Luckily, Carmelo didn't do that. It's terrible. The father is a racist, a whole racist, and he made it very clear in that interview. Hi, Vibrant, watermelon fellas. Yes, Dad. I said he was just spitting all kind of evil. When I seen that man, all I seen was a devil, a straight demon talking like that. Watermelon fellas, and that's what he get, and it's just nasty, nasty, evil, darkness. That's what he looked like. Disgusting. I said, wow, now I know where the sons got it from. They got it from their father. Because he's a racist, bully. They got it from him. You know, the apple don't fall too far from the tree, honey. That's a true statement. You could tell look at that father. We will know you by your fruit. Racist bullies. That's what they are. The whole county. Got it from the father. Nasty. Spitting venom. I said, look at this man. Look at this. I'm not taking up for murder because I don't think murder is right. But when a kid feels like they have no other recourse, of course they're going to try to protect themselves. 4 kids approached Carmelo. 4 kids. The video shows it. I see one person who saw the video. I think he was a school employee. Saw the video, and he explained 4 people went to that kid Carmelo and jumped him. It was That's what they did. His brother, the deceased brother, was there too. Why he didn't testify? Why didn't Carmelo testify? You know, this boy didn't have no defense. Defense was working against him. Nobody can tell me no different. They all work together in that county. Hi, room shaker. Hey, girl. Yeah, I'm gonna make this quick, but yeah, it was like, what is going on? The parents didn't say nothing for a whole year. A whole year. They said the parents had a gag order on them, so they could not talk. Why would a parent agree to a gag order? I'm gonna talk about mine. Why would they agree to that? Somebody put that in them parents' ears to get a white lawyer. We don't know who put it in their ear, but they listened. Somebody told them to get a white lawyer. It would be better. It would look better in the county if you get a white lawyer. They set that family up, and the family listened to them. They were all working together, from the judge to the DA to the defense to all of them. They all worked together. They knew what was on that video. And the video that they showed the jury, everybody saying it was blurry. You couldn't really see. But the employee of the school, the man, he said he seen the video and explained what exactly took place. 4 kids approached him, and one of them touched him. They jumped him or whatever, but he was protecting himself. That is self-defense. If more than one person approaches me in an aggressive manner, threatening manner, yes, I'm going to protect myself. And I taught my son the same. If it's more than one person in an aggressive way, you better protect yourself. Now, I don't agree with bringing knives to school, like I said before. That was a no-no. But you can't, children are not, when they're in that situation, you don't know what they'll do. We have many examples of kids who have been bullied throughout history. What did they do? Yeah, everybody knows history. So, and a child's brain is not fully developed till 26, 25. That's why so many tragedies take place when kids are being bullied and nothing is done in the school system. Exactly, and I speak on it because I lived it. I lived it in the school system. So that was some of the things I found. Someone put that info into them parents' head and they listened to that person. During the trial, the defense, the lawyer, what's his name? Mike Howard, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't even call no witnesses for Carmelo in his defense. He called not no witnesses. That's a setup. What defense attorney doesn't call any witnesses? His whole display was over in 4 hours. What type of defense is that? It doesn't make any sense. 4 hour display and you defending somebody and you don't call no witnesses and you don't call Carmelo. Why he didn't put Carmelo on that stand? I don't understand. To tell his side of the story. They didn't talk about no school history, uh, no sports history with Carmelo. None of that. The defense was trash. Now we know why it was because they were all working together. I don't care what nobody say. That whole county is corrupt and it's full of racist bullies. That's my opinion. And they all work together to railroad that young man, Carmelo Anthony. That's the way I see it. They all dirty, from the judge to the DA to all of them, the witnesses. All of them kids went in there and lied. They coached them kids. I don't care. The whole county is crooked. I don't care what nobody say. They coached them kids, and they all said on the stand what they was told to say on the stand. The whole situation is corrupt, but that's what racist, corrupt bullies do. That's what they do. None of that history. None of that history was on Carmelo behalf. The defense sucked, and whoever it was that put that in them parents' head, oh, you need to get a white lawyer. I don't like to do black and white race thing because that's a topic that has been manipulated throughout history. Since the beginning of the Americas, they have used race as a tool of division. And everybody knows that. If you don't, then something's wrong with you. This country was set up on racism. And people like to say, oh, it doesn't exist, it doesn't exist. Okay, it does. It's built in the DNA of this country. It's built in the system from the beginning of this country to the creation of this country with my people. So yes, race is a main topic because the racism is not gone. It never went nowhere. We can act like it, but it hasn't, and it's getting more and more prevalent in these heated times today, 2026, and that's due to a lot of different factors. A lot of different factors, but whew, the rulers of this world, that's how they want it. The rulers of this world, that's how they like it. Division. Let's keep them divided. Let's use race. Now let's use politics. They use anything they can to keep us divided. Hi VA Sagittarius, how you go? How you doing? How you doing? All right, let me finish this because I need to go get some laughs because I've been watching serious stuff for too long. All right, No school hit. Who like? I've never seen anything close to what's going on right now with this trial. Nothing close to it. All of the corruption, all of the lies, all of the secrecy, all of the rush. Why? Why? Well, I'm quite sure they with the appeal that they're working on that all of this will come to the light. You know, everything must come to the light eventually. Nothing stays in the dark for too long. Everything comes to the light sooner or later. And they're getting exposed. That whole county is getting exposed every day, more and more. From the father to the judge to the DA, all of them. Even a defense lawyer with his crooked self. They all crooked. And I don't care what nobody say. Nobody can tell me different. Show us the video. Show the public the video. Yeah, I bet they won't. But they put out a whole bunch of manipulated photos of Carmelo. That's what they did. A whole bunch of manipulated stuff to make this to demonize this boy. They didn't bring up nothing about his history. He was an A student, athlete, had a part-time job, I believe. What gangster does that? None. And I knew a lot of gangsters in my day. None of them moved that way for him to be a thug. It's a lot of fake photos out there. It's a lot of manipulating going on concerning this case. Why? Why? A lot of things being covered up. Some people are saying that Eddie, the kid Eddie, called Carmelo over to that tent. Some are saying that he set Carmelo up for the brothers to jump on him. 4 kids approached him under that tent. They said they seen something like a scuffle, whatever, and then Carmelo ran away. And he wasn't running to flee the scene. Carmelo ran straight to an adult crying. So if he was intending to kill that boy, don't you think he would have ran out the whole arena? Out the whole track yard? He ran straight to an adult, which is my other question. Where were the adults? Where were they? Nobody watching the kids at a track meet? He had to run all the way across over across the field to get to an adult. I say hold that school accountable as well. Hold them all accountable. Not excusing what Carmelo did. Not excusing that. But self-defense. Doesn't Texas have a law concerning self-defense? Yeah, I believe so. So if four kids is approaching one kid, 4 against 1, in an aggressive manner, I told my son, yes, you better protect yourself. Not mean to take a knife or whatever, but you protect yourself at all costs. That's how I raised mine. Hopefully my son would have came to me and told me he was being bullied. And then that could have got handled. I don't know the situation on that too much. But only thing I can see, if a kid who is doing what he's supposed to do in school and in sports and in work, I don't see him just out of the blue carrying a knife. And don't nobody bring up those pictures that's floating around the internet with him holding some gun and sticking up his middle finger. Those videos, those pictures are fake. Edited photos. He was not no thug. Thugs don't go to school and get A's. Thugs don't um thugs don't do sports. Thugs don't work part-time jobs. Not the ones I knew. Please. Thugs barely go to school. You lived in Texas. In Texas, thank you. All about race. That's why they're taking out the libraries in the black and brown communities and turning into school detention centers. Absolutely. Yes. People want to overlook, like, this is not about race. This is not. America was built on race. Stop the lies. Stop the cap. Stop playing with people. This country was built on race. Tell that story to somebody who don't know. Tell that to somebody who don't know history. Not me. But you got a lot of blacks running around here in this online world crying and singing. Oh, he shouldn't have did that. So okay, so you teach your children not to stand up for themselves if they're being attacked by four students. That's you. I taught mine different. Long as my child is doing what he's supposed to do in school, not bullying nobody, not causing problems. If he feels threatened, you protect yourself at all costs, son. Yes, that's how I taught mine. But you don't go looking for a problem. Don't go looking for an issue. But if it's constantly there, evidently the kid was scared to go to school. He felt he needed some type of protection just to go to school. Yeah, let's look at history. History. Schools, the playgrounds for bullying. That's what they are. Schools, the playground for indoctrination. Schools, the playground for daycare. Get out of here. People are crazy. Oh, so you make it about race? It ain't about. Yes, it is. This country is about race, and that's what's happening right now. This is all by design. Race. Let's make race an issue once again, because race has not been an issue like this. Not like 2006. First, you got Child getting acquitted. Now we got Carmelo. Everything is by design. They want race to be a hot topic in this place. That's what they love. That's what the higher ups love. That's what they thrive on. Race issues. Injustice. There was never no justice in this place. Never. Show me. Never no justice. When? Since when? When was there justice in this country? Since its inception. Nothing much has changed. 400 years, the same thing is still happening, just in different forms. Stop the lies. Stop the lies. You got some people who sit there and act like, oh, well, I don't understand. I don't. It's not about race. Yes, it is. This country is all about race. It's no matter how much we want to deny it. And it seems that we are the people who never get a fair shake when it comes to justice. The lady of justice. Is she blind to some? Maybe. Do some get railroaded? Of course. Do corrupt counties work together? Of course. They all do. All of them work together. They all go to lunch together. They all golf together. They go on vacations together. They have dinner together. They plan cases together. They set up cases together. So it's crazy. It's crazy. It's evidently you can see it if you were blind. You can see it. It's not nothing they trying to hide anymore. It is what it is. They're saying, "What are you gonna do about it?" Nothing. It's just the way it is. You're gonna live with it. You're gonna deal with it. Eddie set that boy up. All them students lied on that stand. All those students were coached because that system is corrupt. The county is corrupt. They coached all of them children. And Carmelo had no defense. His defense let him down. His defense sold him out. Looking like a modern day lynching. That's what it is. And the whole county was in on it. No blacks on the jury. That's a good case right there. That's a good thing for the appeal. That there were no blacks on that jury. That's why everybody is saying his appeal should go good because once all of this comes to light, all the corruption, all the manipulative video, and all of this, everybody is saying the same thing. This case is dirty. No blacks on the jury, and his defense lawyer let that go. Any true defense lawyer would have said, no, we need at least one of these women, one of these three black women. He's supposed to be judged by his peers, isn't he? You got to take at least of one of these black women. But no, an all white jury. Well, they wasn't all white. I forgot. Some were white, some were Asian, and some were Hispanic. Now, excuse me, but this is the way I feel. They were all immigrants judging a FBA. That's the way I feel. If it offends you, you know what to do. This is not the page for you. So, like I was saying, the parents failed their son. They shouldn't have let nobody tell them who they should get to represent their son. Why did they trust those people in that county anyway? Listening to other people telling them who, oh, you should get this lawyer, get this lawyer. You don't listen to them people. They're not for you, and they're not for your child. None of them was for that family. And the family, I'm mad at the family too because they dropped the ball for their own child. Disgusting. Listening to people who they barely know, who have their own agenda. People will sell you out for a few coins, for some pocket money. You would get sold. You would get sold out, even by your own people sometimes. Sad, but it's true. Your own people will sell your ass out for the right price. And I believe that's exactly what happened. Hi, Cole. Hey, girl. All right, let me finish this up. I gotta go get some laughs. All right, yeah. Picking his lawyer, telling him who to get to represent their son because you don't want to make the town look bad. You don't want to make the town folk upset. That family was dumb for listening to everybody. The same system that failed your child. You gonna take advice from them concerning your son? You gonna take advice from these people? A bunch of snakes around you because that's all they were surrounded by was snakes. And I don't know how the father or the mother didn't see it. Oh, thank you, Coles. Yeah, I don't see how neither of those parents seen that they were surrounded by people who didn't mean them well. That's why everything about this case was so hush hush. But it's all coming out now. The father made it so easy for me to make up my mind. He made it because first I was on the fence, like, nah, maybe not. Maybe not. You know, you always want to look at the good in people. I've always been that way. I'm going to look at you the right way from the beginning. You have to prove me wrong for me to look at you sideways. And that father, that interview told me everything I needed to know when he got up there on his racist rant, called that mother a drunk bitch, and talking about, oh, they are something felons, watermelon felons, and watermelon is good for you, ignorant ass people. Watermelon is the best fruits you can eat. High in water, good for your body. Eat your watermelon, people. Right, Cole. Eat that watermelon. It's good for you, dummies. They still want to make it look like it's something bad. Oh, you watermelon fellas. Yeah, I eat my watermelon. It's good for the body. It's good for the spirit. But some people got dark spirits, evil spirits, disgusting, bullying spirits, corruption spirits, all kind of spirits roaming this damn for God forsaken place we call Earth. Hi, Miss Intel. Hi, my girl. I'm just making it quick, Pizarro, because I just have to get this out. You know, this case has been on my spirit since the beginning. I'm really ticked off about it because nothing is making sense. Nothing is adding up. Nothing. I'm gonna make it quick though, because it's been on my mind all day. I just gotta go laugh. I gotta give myself a break because I'm a serious person. To be honest, I'm very serious. I just like to laugh. Isn't that what life is about? You gotta smile. You gotta laugh. As long as it's not too dark. When once it gets too dark, I can't do it. But I'm good for a messy laugh, honey. Oh no, Muffy. Hi, Muffy. You shared me, girl. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you, girl. Thank you very much. But my commentary might not be for everybody. I ain't never been for everybody anyway, so that's all right with me. Um, yeah, pick your own lawyers. Don't have nobody in your ear telling you what lawyer you should go with, especially if you're not sure about what their intentions are. Everybody has intentions, agendas. This was a setup, basically. You can't listen to everybody, especially when it comes to the betterment of your child. Your child's life is on the line. You can't listen to everybody. You got to make that decision yourself. You got to do your research yourself. And whoever feels right in your spirit, that's who you go with. I don't like people who listen to other people. I don't like followers. Put it that way. Never been a follower. I can never be a follower. I just can't. Learn and listen for yourself. So yeah, that's why I feel the parents dropped the ball. And now look what happened to the child. Hopefully he can win that defense. The rent he did was very dark, Cole. You seen it, right? It was dark. When I looked at that interview, I thought I was in 1965. That's how racist it seemed. That's how racist it was. I said, "What year we living in? Is this 1965?" Well, they say it's 2026, but it's really not. But we won't go there. But yeah, pick your own lawyers, especially if you in a racist town. Why would you listen to them? Whoever has your best interest at heart, whoever is going to fight for your kid. I mean, really fight and put up a defense. This lawyer didn't even put up a defense. He rests his case defense after 4 hours. You don't got no. You're not gonna call no witnesses. You're not gonna call Carmelo up to let him tell his story. You're not gonna let him say what happened to him. That's what defense lawyers usually do. They put their client up. Tell your story. Tell your story. What happened to you, son? What did you experience, son? Were you being bullied, son? Tell me about your school life. How was everything? You put that child on the stand so he could tell his side of the story. They had that family under a gag order for a whole year, telling them not to talk about the case. He got railroaded. Thank you. That was the shortest trial ever. And them people who was in charge are corrupt. From the judge down to the defense attorney to the DA, all of them. They all corrupt and they all racist and they all bullies. The father just let it all out. The father should have kept his mouth closed. The father shouldn't have did that interview. Because now we know who he is. He's one of them good old boys. The defense was so weak because they wanted the outcome we got. That's what they wanted. They all was working together, all of them. There is no justice in this country. It never was and it never will be. If anything, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse very soon. Whew. That's why I say his own family let him down. The father should have known better. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, this is crazy. Action next. The interview was disgusting. I said he's a racist. I don't even gotta look. I ain't even gotta look no more. He's a racist. I didn't want to believe it in the beginning. I thought that was just something everybody was just throwing out there. Because sometimes people throw out race just to throw it out. But when I seen that interview, I said, "Oh Lord, bingo! You are correct. We are looking at a racist, a bully racist. That's what he is. He's a bully and a racist. And his kids got it from him. They learned it from him, and then they took it to school, bullying. And then the adults covered it up. that their child, the deceased, and his brother and two other students attacked that child under that tent, and he defended himself, self-defense. That child had no business putting his hands on him. They said the deceased like pushed his shoulder or something. You don't do that. Don't put your hands on nobody. That's how I taught mine. You don't put your hands on nobody because you don't know how they go. You can't tell nobody how to protect themselves. And that was self defense. Let somebody, four kids approach my son. He better protect himself. Hmm. What's that saying? I can't think of it right now, but protect yourself at all costs. Who told the family to go with that lawyer? That's what we trying to figure out. Some people were saying it was that man, Dominique. Dominique, that man. But 88 was saying that it wasn't him. She's saying that it wasn't him. So, I can only go by the hearsay. She said it wasn't him, but somebody put that in that family's ear, telling them what lawyer to go with. Put the family under a gag order for a whole year so they couldn't talk, so they couldn't speak to the public. Yeah, I don't understand how that family let that go down. You ain't gonna tell me I'm under a gag order. Why? For what? I'm gonna speak every chance I get concerning my son's freedom or my son's innocence. You a gag order? That was wrong in itself. I don't know how that even happened. Ain't no way you gonna tell me I'm under a gag order and my son facing life in prison. Racist stuff, and they fell for it. But some of the people they don't know what world they living in. Some people don't know how this world truly operates, and that family was one of them. Sadly, I don't understand it. You can't tell me nothing about my kid. I'm gonna make the most informed decision that benefits who's gonna fight for my kid. Defense ain't fight for that kid. They didn't call not one witness. They should have put Carmelo on that stand so he could tell his story, which they did not. They didn't want him to tell his story because the case wouldn't work the way they wanted to work if he told his story. They couldn't railroad him if he told his story. Corrupt, evil, corrupt people. The whole county is corrupt. Demons, evil. Plots and scams. That's what they do since the beginning of the time. Plots and scams. Watermelon felon. Racist. That's a racist for you. That's something racist say. Watermelon felons. Yeah, them twins were big bullies. That's what we're learning. Bullies. Now we know where they got it from. They got it from their father. They got it from their daddy. All that slavery talk and racist talk coming out his mouth, coming out his filthy mouth. The racist. It was all a play from the beginning. Whew. All a setup from the beginning. Yeah, they all hung out. They all hung out. All of them that was involved in that trial, they all were friends. The good old boy club. Bullies. My opinion, I know a life was lost. My opinion, it was manslaughter because he did not go there. He went there with the knife, of course, to protect himself. His intuition was correct because four kids jumped on him. So yeah, his intuition was absolutely correct. Protect yourself. And that's where the knife came into. And look what happened. They jumped on him. Just so happened they got the short end of the deal. I'm sorry. Just it is what it is. Teach your kids to keep their hands to themselves. That's what I taught mine. Don't be a bully. Keep your hands to yourselves because you don't know how the other person is going to fight. You can't choose how somebody fights you back. Once you pick the fight, that other person may finish it. That's why you got to be careful being a bully because scared people will hurt you. I used to tell my son that too. Be careful of them scary people. Be careful of them scared people because they will kill you. Scared people will hurt you. So leave them alone. Teach your kids. It's very simple. But when all the kid sees is how to be a bully and a racist, of course they're gonna go and do the same things. They watch their parents. You know how kids get it from their parents? They got it from their parents. And the father just made that very clear with that interview. That ignorant, filthy, ig- disgusting interview. He had the nerve to say all that on a TV, on a television. He said all that on a television. Bold. They don't care. They put their races out there after the case is over. They said, okay, the case is over. We can show our true colors now. Wrong move. Because in the appeal, if they got a good lawyer who's worth their salt, when they file that appeal, they're gonna bring all this up. Hopefully, play that video of that father. Play that interview of that father being racist. So what did he teach his sons? How to be bullies and racist. Here, very obvious. It's common sense. Common sense. People don't use common sense no more. Get out of here. True, it was not a knife, but it was something my deli. That was what they keep saying. Yeah, I keep hearing that they saying it wasn't a knife. It was some kind of tool. Yeah, and Charles doesn't know. They had plans to railroad that kid from the beginning. That's why when it first happened, like a year ago, they put the family on a gag order, so they couldn't talk about it. They wanted everything to be hush hush quiet to the trial, but they know they were going to suppress everything that was in that trial. But it's really hard to suppress information now. Get out of here. Bunch of racists. Hopefully that appeal, that verdict will be overturned. Hopefully he gets some new good lawyers who have his best interests at heart. I've seen so many experts talk about this case online, and it didn't matter about the color. Some of them were black, some of them were white, and they all said that boy got railroaded. He didn't have a defense to begin with. And he didn't have his peers on the jury, not one black person. That's not your peers. A Hispanic person is not my peer. An Asian person is not my peer. A white person is not my peer. And the defense agreed with that. He removed those three black ladies too. The defense. If that was on the defense, I would be like, no, we got to keep at least one of these ladies for it to be, for that to be peer oriented. His lawyer didn't even do that. Trash lawyer. That activist came out and said the DA and judge got hooked up shit. On both of their backgrounds, they do. The activist, I forgot her name, Matthews, something Matthews, Dr. Matthews. Yeah, they both got dirty backgrounds, the judge and the DA, concerning child abuse. Something concerning a child. I don't know exactly what it was, but it's dirty and it's on in their background. Anybody who has some dealings in a courtroom with some children shouldn't be judging nobody. You mess with children. Who are you to judge? Nobody. So that's the problem. Everybody want to judge people, and their whole shit is messed up right behind. They must be dark as hell in the background, but they sit on that throne and judge others. How dare you? How dare you, you dirty thing? Disgusting. I'm tired of. In my 51 years, this is all I've seen. Injustice. And it continues to happen. It'll never stop. It'll never stop in this country. Ever. We could sing and march as much as we want. It'll never be equal in this country. Those were not his peers. Those were people who came from a different country who now reside in the United States. Those were not his peers. Let's keep it 100. That's the only way I know how to be. Those were not his peers. They all were from somewhere else. Carmelo is black. FBA. Not one of them on the jury. So whatever appeals person they get, they better get a right one. I wish Johnny Cochran was still around. That's like one of the only lawyers that didn't sell his people out. Johnny Cochran, may he rest in peace. There's some foul play going on with his passing as well. Because Johnny Cochran was about to do some big things with his firm. He was ready to fight for justice. I'm going into my conspiracy theories now, but yeah, his death needs to be questioned as well. Rest in peace, Johnny Cochran. All the rest of these black lawyers, activists, half of them sold us out already. They go where the bad go, good or bad. Even if it messes up their own people, half of these black attorneys and activists don't care. Even half of these celebrities, I don't even rock with these celebrities no more. Y'all keep listening to these celebrities if y'all want to. They all got an agenda. They all trash, in my opinion. They serve a God that I don't serve here in Babylon. Jasmine Crockett ain't going nowhere, Sagittarius. Jasmine Crockett only fight for illegals. Let's keep it real. She ran them streets all year for those illegals. I ain't see her go to that courthouse and try to work for justice for Carmelo. You ain't see that. That's not her demographic. She don't fight for African American. She don't fight for black. That's why I say all skin folk ain't your kinfolk. She right there. That's her district. Ain't that Texas? She should have been on that case from the jump. No, that's not on her list of priorities. A black kid gets railroaded. That ain't up her alley. She rather go fight for somebody else. That's how all of them move. Nobody should be fooled anymore. And my commentary may not be meant for everybody. If it's not, you know what to do. Thank you. Here we go. Lastly, cannot witness that. Yeah. Whole mess. It's just like a whole nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense in this entire case. From the beginning to the end. They set that child up. He was bullied. He got attacked by 4 children. And one of them got stuck. Sadly, but that's what happened. It was self-defense. 4 children. If 4 people approach me, you got them right. I'm gonna protect myself. 4-on-1, that's self-defense. And they trying to make it seem like it's something else. No, it's not. He was doing protecting himself. It was self-defense. They trying to make this case look any way but what it is. She doesn't have a seat no more. Good. Good. I'm glad she don't. I'm not a fan of hers. I watch these people fight so hard for people who not supposed to be here. I ain't never seen them fight this hard for FBA, for black Americans. Never. Never. They fought tooth and nail. Might as well say. And now they're nowhere to be found. That's why nobody will ever get my vote again. Not unless they're offering tangibles. Where is the hate crime bill that we never got? Why Obama didn't give us a hate crime bill? Why Biden didn't give us a hate crime bill? Nothing against no other nationalities or races, but FBA, I see we the ones who get murdered out here daily. We can't get a hate crime bill. Asians got one. LBGT is protected. They got a hate crime bill. Nothing against them either. But I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about my people. African American, FBA. That's who I'm worried about right now. Nobody else. Because don't nobody else give a crap. And the sooner we realize that, the better off we will be. Ain't nobody's for us. They just gonna have y'all out there marching and singing like y'all been doing for 400 years. Marching and singing. Marching, we shall over. Yeah, right. They gonna still be killing your sons in the street. Just like they've been doing for 400 years. Ain't nothing gonna change. That's all facts. This is not made up facts. These are all facts. They've been doing us dirty since the beginning of this country. And we keep doing the same thing over and over, hoping for a different outcome. That's insane. I'm done. Nobody can get my vote no more unless they offering me something. I better get a hate crime bill. I better be getting something. I want what you give everybody else. If it's good for them, it's good for me. But I doubt that'll ever happen, and that'll never happen in this country. That's the way it was set up. That's the way it was set up. No black jurors, corrupt judge. Hmm. So many violations made during that trial. I think if they handle their business and get someone who really cares about this case, they could win that appeal. Because there's too many things that done happen that they can fight that appeal with. Just name two. He wasn't judged by his peers. Facts. I look at facts. Look at facts, not opinions. The law. Yeah, they want people to say all lives matter. Duh, we know all lives matter, but black lives are one that get the shitty end of the stick, and that is a fact. That is a fact. We always get the raw end of the deal. Unbelievable. And then you hear people online talk about, hey, it's not about race. He killed somebody. I understand he did. He took a life. I'm sure he didn't want that to happen. He didn't want that to happen. That's why when it was over, he ran to an adult because he was attacked by four bullies who learned it from their parents. I think I went in the wrong field. I should have been a lawyer. That's what I should have did. But I chose education because I love the kids. I love the kids and I love my people. And when it's injustice, I will speak on it. And I'm glad that father came out and said what he said with his nasty ass, with his racist self. I'm glad he did that interview because everybody got to see the real him. We saw the real you. There's no more hiding it. Grassroots. I hope Carmelo family get him a grassroots attorney who cares about the case, who wants to see justice, who is not paid off, who is not corrupt. That's what I hope. Yeah, he should get yes, we're not saying he shouldn't get punished, Cole. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. A life was lost. I understand that. But also you have to teach your kids, don't put your hands on nobody. Because you don't know how it may turn out. I taught mine that. Don't put your hands on nobody. You don't know how somebody may choose to fight back. That's a fact. Don't put your hands on people. Because I may choose to fight back different than you. Huh. Remember that. I may choose to fight back different than you. Big Crump, because he's all about money. I wouldn't even say him. He's an ambulance chaser. The realest attorney we had was Johnny Cochran, and he passed away because he couldn't be. He was for justice. He fought. I hope we get another one like that. Hopefully they in the works. Keep your hands to yourself. Thank you, Cole. You tell your children from babies. Keep your hands to yourself. You don't push nobody. Because you can't choose how somebody want to fight back. Just because you start something don't mean you going to finish it half the time. That's a chance you take when you invade someone's personal space and threaten them, especially if it's four of them. Show the public the video. A lot of people are speaking. Yeah, Mike Howard. That was the lawyer's name. Mike Howard, who they trusted with their son's life. And he did not fight the case aggressively. He did not. That tells me he didn't care. Or either he was part of a setup. Called not one witness. Didn't put Carmelo on the stand. Didn't talk about Carmelo's school history, his grades, his extracurricular activities. Nothing. Nothing. What kind of defense team was that? They didn't have a defense. They didn't plan on putting on a defense. That wasn't in the cards from the beginning. He botched that whole case. That Howard, that lawyer, he botched the whole case on purpose. I pray he gets new lawyers, 21 witnesses, and the trial lasted 3 days. 3 days. Yeah, me too. Sagittarius. I raised mine too. He's a grown man now. Always told him, keep your hands to yourself. Do not be a bully. I hate bullies. And keep your mouth shut and listen. I guess some people don't teach their children that. A lot of people don't teach their children that. But then they try to turn it around and blame somebody else for their misgivings and how they raise their children to be evil animals, to be racist bullies. That's what some parents teach theirs. They teach them hate. A lot of parents teach their children hate from birth, and that's all they see. It's ingrained in them from generation to generation. Hate. And I hear it more about in the South because I'm up north. We don't really deal with those problems too much. But I hear it's kind of bad in the South, like Texas and places down there. But in the North, we don't really deal with that because nobody's going to put up with that. I will call you out in a minute. What? This, I don't know what you thought. I'm working on myself. But you ain't gonna tell me just so anything, especially when it comes to my child. That's what you're not gonna do. You're not gonna tell me just so anything, and I'm gonna accept it because you of a different color, and I'm supposed to be inferior to you. Those parents were, I guess, they were intimidated by those folks down there. They look very intimidated, like they just listen, like they're good listeners, and they do what they're told. You better do what you told. You got love here. That slave mentality. But I understand because they do got to live there. They got to live there. So they don't want to rock the boat. Just like the lawyer said, don't rock the boat. I don't want to rock the boat. Nonsense. Whole bunch of nonsense. They better get a good lawyer and get on their job and save their son's life. That's what they better do as parents. They let that child down, and it's sad. They better get them a grassroots lawyer and handle their business and save their son's life, which they should have been doing from the beginning. They thought those people were their friends. They thought those people were genuine. No, those were all snakes who had a plan and an agenda from the beginning, and they fell for it. It was his job to remove Carmella. He should have went and told the coach, but he took matters into his own hands. And it was not his job to remove. Who said that? Let me see. It was not his job to remove Carmella. He should have went and told the coach. Right. Yeah, yeah. No, but instead he thought he could be over boss Carmelo, like get up or you gotta move or something. And it's raining outside. It's they said they were in a storm at that time. That's why everybody was trying to get under a tent because it was raining really hard. And they telling him you gotta get from under the tent. You know, that's just evil. That's just hateful. You see it's a storm out here. Why he can't sit here? It's a storm going on. Just let him sit there. But no, you want to be a bully. That's what bullies do. That tell you how they was raised. No compassion. Just hate. You can't sit here. Who you think you are? Go get a teacher. Go tell the coach, yo, he under our tent and he not moving. Simple. Let the teacher deal with it. Let the authority deal with it. Let the coaches deal with it. No, they was somewhere else. Why them kids wasn't being supervised is another thing. They lucky I'm not on the case. They lucky. Why wasn't no parents around? No coach, I mean not parents, no coaches, no teachers, no adults. Where were they? They said Carmelli after he got jumped, he had to run across the field to a teacher because they wasn't paying attention. They don't care. Yeah, he don't own the tent. Go get somebody in authority. He was a bully. That's why. And he thought Carmelli was just going to deal with it. No, Carmelo got tired of being bullied by two brothers, two big brothers, because Carmelo was small compared to them. So yes, he was scared. He was scared. He knew they was going to end up doing something to him. That's why he took that knife to school, because he knew something in his intuition told him they're going to do something to me. They're going to jump me. They're going to fight me. And he listened to that spirit, and it told him to protect himself. Something's about to go down. And he listened. And that's what he did. He protected himself when four other students approached him and tried to bully him and tell him to get out the tent in a rainstorm. That tell you what type of kids they were. Any kids with decency would be like, just let him sit there. It's raining. But no, they had to be bullies because that's what their father was, a big bully. And no, their parents were not together. The mother divorced him. Now I see why, because he was a racist bully. Carmelo had both his parents. Stop it. Nobody's falling for you trying to diminish this kid into a thug. Portray this kid into a thug because he was not. He was a bullied kid in a school system who didn't give a F. They better go after that school too. I would. Hmm. Play with mine. I'm going till I can't go no more. I promise you. Nightmare town. That's what it is. A nightmare town. And one day the state rested. And one day the defense rested. That's weird. Usually you see the state go on forever presenting their case, calling witnesses back to back. Especially defense. The defense usually goes all out. One day you rest your case. You don't call no witnesses, not one. You sure you don't want to call one to defend your client? No, that's what they wanted to defend their client. They didn't want to defend their client. They wanted it to go just the way it went, and just hopefully and pray it all worked out. Nope, boom, it didn't work out. We on a job. We want to figure it out. Now I'm not. He does need Carmelo does need to do time. Absolutely, he needs to do time, but not 35 years. When four kids jumped on him and then corrupted the whole case, had people on the stand lie. They coached those kids. They were all friends before that trial. Before he stabbed that kid, they were all of them were friends. Carmelo was even dating Eddie's cousin. They were dating. They coerced them, all of those kids. That's how corrupt they are. And the families of those children went along with it. Big bully town. Yeah, that's what they say. He wasn't even supposed to be there. He just was a bully. He just wanted to go torture that boy Carmelo, make his life miserable, continue to bully him, and Carmelo had enough of it. He said enough is enough. I'm tired of being bullied. The difference is I'm not gonna go shoot up the school. I'm gonna bring my knife, which was legal length, and hopefully nothing happens. But something did happen. They jumped on him. That's what happened. And he followed his intuition and protected himself, stood his ground, self defense. Stand your ground. That's right. It's sad. Very, very sad. Lastly, this is the last thing I want to talk about, then I'm done. You know, a lot of people are now boycotting Asian stores. I don't know exactly what's the cause of it. You know, there's a lot of boycotts going on these days in 2026. Now they told us to boycott Target because they took DEI out, and this is first of all, DEI does not benefit black people. Google search will tell you DEI benefits white women. Number one, Hispanic, Asian. We are at the bottom of the list of who DEI benefited, and it was not us. Okay? So I hear these people crying about, oh, they took DEI. It didn't benefit you anyway, Dumbo. It wasn't for you anyway. But they listen to the media, and that's what they run with. A quick Google search would have told people DEI don't benefit you or your people. And affirmative action been gone. Google searches can tell people all of these things. Back to the Asian boycott. Do people not know that everything in this country, in the great Americas, is manufactured in China, made in China? Everything. Everything in your house is probably made in China. Everything sold in this country is made in China. So yes, I've been stopped going to those establishments anyway. I don't let those. I've been stopped going like to get my feet done, get my nails done. I order the same equipment, the same supplies they use, I use in my home, straight from China, straight from the source. I've been stopped giving these businesses in my neighborhoods my money because these businesses in our neighborhoods don't care about us. We are their money. We are their business. Between the beauty supply stores, the hair, the nails, the feet, yeah, we are their business. So the disrespect that I've started to see lately, yo, no, that you won't get my money no more. I order my stuff straight from China. I don't need a middleman. And that's what those businesses are. Middlemen who jack the price up on you in your community and treat you like trash. Ah, yes, Cole. Yes, you could buy the same supplies they use in the nail store, in the nail place, right from China. The same supplies for a cheaper price. The people in China, personally, they ain't did nothing to me. The people across the water in China, yeah, they get my money. But these ones in my neighborhood, no, I've been stopped supporting their businesses. The ones around me. You don't got no respect. No respect. First of all, they follow you around the store like you're gonna steal something. Jack the prices up when you can get it straight from China for a cheaper price. Stop playing with me. I don't want them people touching me anyway. I'm big on energy. I don't like people touching me. I don't want your dark energy rubbing off on me. That's very real. Be careful who you let touch on you, touch you. Transferring energy. I don't let nobody touch me no more. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You want to shake hands? Fist bump. That's what I do. And I barely touch them with that. I don't want your energy on me. Because a lot of it is dark. A lot of it is evil. Don't touch me. So yeah, that was something else I wanted to say. Yeah. So yes, I don't go for all boycotts. I didn't boycott Target because DEI did not benefit me anyway. It benefited white women. Look it up. Affirmative action been gone. Look it up. It's just unbelievable the things people fall for in 2026. That Rick Chow shot a black kid in his back. Claimed self-defense. He walked free. Carmelo claimed self-defense. He get 35 years. Where's the justice system? It works for some and not others. It works for some, not others. Gel polish, yes. Building, yes. Me too, Cole. The lamp for the gel polish, the lamp, UV light. I got that. Home in my house. That way I ain't gotta go let nobody touch all me. My feet, my nails. Touch me, period. I don't want your energy on me. Hair, nail, feet, food. I've been stopped eating Chinese food too. I've been stopped eating that. Mm-mm. Too many stories about them dirty restaurants. I try not to do takeout too much anyway. I don't trust people with my food no more. Cook at home. Too many trifling, evil people out here. Better cook at home. They don't like us anyway, exactly, but we give them our money. They disrespect us time after time. in our neighborhoods. The disrespect. That's because they're told. You see, a lot of people who come to this country, they are told not to deal with Black Americans. Stay away from Black Americans. Anybody of Hispanic, um, Hispanic, Jamaican, Haitian, if they're honest, they will tell the truth and say, yeah, when we come there, we don't deal with blacks. They're told not to deal with us. Stay away from them blacks. Stay away from them blacks. And if they're honest, they'll tell you, yeah, my parents told me not to be around blacks when they come from different places. So all that other stuff, black and brown, it never was black and brown. Never. Never. Half of them, when they come here, they're told, stay away from black people. They have all kind of names for black people. Akata, wildcat. Please. Black and brown. Yeah, right. Get out of here. It's always been black, Afro-American, African American, FBA. That's all we got. It's nobody else. Who was out there marching? Us. Who fought for civil rights? Us. Who benefits from it? Not us. Everybody that comes here after us benefits from our fight of civil rights. And anybody who says differ is a lie. We no longer benefit from civil rights. Everybody else does. People come to this country and their kids get free tuition. My kid never got free tuition and he was born here. He had to pay for his college. How is it somebody who comes here gets free tuition? I don't understand it. And I pay taxes my whole life. Why my child don't get free tuition? Oh, because he wasn't born here? Please. I'm tired of the bullshit. Excuse me, Lord. But it's all bullshit. It's an agenda. That's the way it was set up in this country. Every store in my hood, every Chinese restaurant, every nail store, every beauty supply store, every liquor store on the corner is not owned by me. It's not owned by my people. It's owned by somebody who came here from somewhere else and given business loans to open a store. I haven't seen a black owned corner store in New York since the 80s. No more black owned stores, corner stores, bodegas. No. That's because when they come here, they get a fresh start, fresh social security card, fresh credit, business loans. That's why the businesses are in your hood. People better wake up. Stop playing. These are facts, not my opinion. I lived in the hood. I know what's in the hood on every corner. And it's not mine. It's not my people's. Austin Father said we get the same opportunity that they get. How would he know? He ain't black. He don't know the truth. He don't know we get the same. Everybody likes to say, oh, you got the same opportunity everybody else got. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Get the fuck out of here. Excuse me, Lord. Get out of here. Wasn't no same opportunity. Let's keep it real here. Everybody got the same opportunity. Okay. Not everybody is equal. This country was founded on free labor. Who worked that free labor? My ancestors. Who got rich from that free labor? The people who run this country. Who gained wealth from that free labor? Not my people. They were given a head start. Of course they were. Gained wealth off of our backs. pass down generational wealth. So yes, we all have the same opportunities. But with the system the way it is, the way the system was designed, in its system's DNA, racism is built in the DNA of this system systemically. You can't deny that. Let's just take a look. All the laws of the 60s, Jim Crow, redlining. Come on, stop it. Removing a black man out the family home. That was all by design. Oh, you want to get help from the government? Oh, we'll give you health welfare. We'll give you help for the government. You just got to kick the man out, and then we'll help you. But you see other ethnicities who come here with a whole husband who owns businesses while the wife stays home with the children and collects benefits. Yeah, that's how it's done. Getting over on the system. You people is a language and a racist. You people, what? And when a white person say you people, I can't see that because this thing is in the way. You people. Why they got this money sign right here? What is this? You people in the language of a racist person. Black people can't be racist. We don't run the system. We didn't create the system. We could be prejudiced. Yes, we can. But we don't run the system. We don't run the machine. We didn't program the machine. All organized. Organized corruption. From the inception of this country. Oh, you could do the same thing we do. Yeah, maybe if I had a 400-year head start, we playing catch up still. Because any wealth we tried to build was destroyed. Let's talk about it. Any wealth we have ever tried to build was destroyed. Black Wall Street, Central Park, New York. Yeah, that was a Silica Village in Central Park. Yeah, that was ours. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Come on. Everything we try to build gets destroyed and we get murdered and looted. When a white person says, you people, when you are talking about black, that is a language of a racist white person. I don't care what they say, Cole. I'm speaking from my life, my ancestors' life, my grandparents' life. This is what we have lived. Yes, and I'm going to talk about it. They hate when we talk about it because it exposes them and how filthy they truly are. Yes, I said it. Shout out, Five Babe. Hi, Mo Better. 504. They have put all this information on how to give Mello money. Call Susan so he can see has people behind him out here. Yes, yes. I seen that. And I'm gonna send something too. I seen that. I'm glad I'm glad they did it. I'm glad they did it. Now, another thing about these parents. Now, I don't know the story about this, but they said the parents had some kind of fund set up and they spent it on a house and cars. See, I couldn't get to the bottom of that. So I'm not sure about that. So I'm not going to speak on it. But if they took that money and brought a house and cars, I know they had to move. I understand that. If they're getting threatened, of course, you got to move. But I don't know. I'm not on. I never got down to the bottom of that story yet. But I just want them to get a better lawyer team, get a better grassroots team for this appeals. Somebody who's going to take it serious and not get brought and not sell them out. Yeah. Of course he gonna say he not racist after he done went on that scorched earth rant on that interview, calling people watermelon felons and called that lady the mother a drunk bitch. Yo, meth mouth, the nerve, racist bully. But I'm glad he did it because now he has been exposed for who he truly is. You know how the God say everything will be exposed sooner or later. And I'm so happy. That's the most high at work. He's at work because he know that boy got done wrong. So that's the most high. Everything will be exposed. When you've been wrong and injustice has found you, injustice, the most high will take care of it. Injustice. Vengeance is not ours, says the Father. Vengeance is not ours. It's the Lord's. And he takes care of it every time because they always end up getting exposed in the end. And I thought it was going to take a little bit longer for this exposure to happen, but it happened right away. And I'm glad. Charleston White. Yeah, Charleston White. I don't know what team. I heard briefly something about Charleston White. Is he on Carmelo team? Was he giving them advice? I didn't hear too much about his situation to the family. Was he one of their advisors? Cole's World. Charleston was supposed to get a finish for this pill. Then he got on live and said he wasn't giving the family the money. Then apologized to Austin's dad. Are you kidding me? Coles, I never rock with Charleston White anyway. I never really rock with him. I be seeing him on IG. I don't follow him, so I don't know what he be talking about. What? He got on live and said he wasn't giving the family the money. Wow, that's them Sambo niggas for you. Excuse me, Lord. A lot of people with skin folk ain't kinfolk. They buck dance for the money. They buck dance for the paper. I never liked him anyway, Charleston White. Let me tell you, these influencers and celebrities, they go where the bag go. They not for justice. They not for good or right. They not for good. They worship money. So they're gonna go wherever the money is. Who's paying them to put out what narrative? Half of these influencers and people out here now, they go for the bag. Whatever the money tell them to say and represent, that's what they go out to the public and say. I don't deal with none of these celebrities, none of them. They serve a different God than me. Hollywood serves a different God than me. That's why they say money is the root of all evil. They worship a different God, and it ain't the Most High. It's the God of this world. We all know who that is. Who's the God of this world? That's who they worship. Baal, Babylon is falling. Corruption, injustice. It's all in the word. Like, fuck you, Charleston White. Austin dad was basically like, good for him. Good for him. Oh, bootlicker. He a bootlicker. All of them are. Cardi said she would give $5 million for a new defense team, and I believe her. I believe Cardi too. I believe Carly is genuine with this case. I don't really rock with her. I'm a Barb's. I'm an old Barb. I'm an old Barb. But I mean, I think she's really genuine, Cardi. Shout out to Cardi. Because you don't see a lot of celebrities speaking on this case. Some of us are speaking out now. That Jasmine Crockett, now she gave a statement. She need to sit her ass down somewhere and worry about her seat in her messed up district, Texas, her corrupt district. Glad she lost her seat. Good for her. She's a fraud. She's a puppet who danced for massa. She needs to send her lawyers because they always keep her out of jail. He needs to see. Yes, yes, Cardi lawyers, right? Cardi got some good lawyers. Shout out to Cardi lawyers. They handle the business. That's how your lot. That's how your lawyer supposed to be, though. You paying them. They supposed to be a. They supposed to be a. They supposed to be vicious, fighting for you. She lost her seat. Yep. Good for her. Let her go finish working with the illegals. Go fight for them. That's the way I feel. Go finish fighting for them. Yeah. So like I was saying, gratefully independent because none of them are for us. They are all corrupt. All of them. And they all have a certain agenda to play, to fill. All of them. So I vote by policy now. What are your policies? What are you doing for the what are you doing for us? And some of them will tell you blatantly to your face, well, we're not doing anything specifically for you. I bet you're not. But you've done everything for everybody else. So you don't get my vote until you offer something. What are your policies? Do Americans come first? Crackers lost the redistricting. Well, I'd rather I'd rather them keep it real than lie. Me too. Me too. My thing is, I've been doing history lately, a lot of research lately, and none of them are for me and mine. None of them. I've been voting the same way since I was 18. Nothing. If you ain't giving me a hate crime bill like you gave everybody else, so we can stop getting slaughtered in the streets, if you're not offering no tangibles, what are your policies? I'm tired of hearing people just talk about this man all day. Trump. What are your policies? I'm tired of hearing his name. What are you gonna do for the people? What are you gonna do for Americans? Nobody does nothing for us. And redistricting. Yep. They're too intent on getting my vote. Yeah. Make it more competition. My vote is not guaranteed to your party, especially when you're not doing nothing. I've been on this earth 51 years. I ain't seen nothing done. Nothing. But us continuing to get railroaded and murdered in the street. All that pull yourself up by the bootstraps is crap. Not when you had a 400-year head start and built generational wealth off my back. Everybody can still do it, make it. But don't say that to me. When the rules have been against all people. I still made it in life, don't get me wrong, but the rules, you have to work extra hard. This stuff has been ingrained into the DNA of this country, including systemic racism. Just because nobody's not calling you a nigger to your face don't mean you're not dealing with racist issues. It's built into this country's DNA from the beginning, or for our back. But I see everybody else benefiting. People who are not even born here, but they benefit. I don't understand it. I'm a taxpayer. Don't I come first? I don't understand it. But none of them would get my vote until they offer me something. Tired of the fairy tales. Oh, we gonna give you this. We gonna do that. How about just pass a law that makes it a hate crime when you murder one of our children in the street? You go out there and put your hand on a LBG person, LBGT, whatever it is. You know what I mean. You going to jail because they're protected. You go out there and put your hand on uh any person that's protected with a hate crime bill. Not us. I'm tired of seeing the the injustice. It's just terrible. And it's never seemed like it's getting better. I've been on this parent planet for 51 years. And I haven't seen anything change with my voting. No changes. The hoods are still the hoods. FBA children are still getting murdered in the streets. Of course, some by their own people. I get it. That's another thing. As black people, FBA. I don't know if we'll ever come together, but that's the way it was designed. That started with slavery, with the house nigga and the slave nigga, the field in word. Oh, you come in the house, you better than him. You go in the field. That's how it started, and it lasts to this day. I ain't got a problem with the wheelchair bandit. Let me explain something. Let me tell you where I stand. So it's no misunderstanding. So it's no misunderstanding. Here we go. I see a lot of people talking about uh Trump or the Republican. Let me tell you something. All the bills that I have learned about that has affected my people negatively has come from the Democratic Party. Okay? Let's keep it real. Who fought to keep slavery? Civil War. Oh, that was the Democrats. Who abolished slavery? That was a Republican. Who enacted Jim Crow? Those were Democrats. Unbelievable. Who was in charge during redlining? That would be a Democrat. I don't understand it. Who was it? LBJ, if I'm not mistaken, said we're going to have these niggas voting for us for the next 400 years. And that's exactly what happened. None of them get my vote in 2026. I like a racist be a racist to my face. Let me know you racist, not an undercover racist. All the laws who have hurt my people were put into play by Democrats. Research Jim Crow. That wasn't Republicans. Please. You ain't gonna tell me it's raining outside and you pissing on me. Uh-uh. No. And those laws, every last one of them laws I named had a dramatic effect on my people. Slavery, Jim Crow, redlining. So no, they all dirty, if you ask me. All of them. Let's talk about Obama, the black savior. Obama ain't did nothing for me and my people. If I remember correctly, he did a lot of stuff for the LGBT. He didn't do anything for me, mine. Nothing at all. So a lot of people can miss me with that too. Our first black president, not mine. He ain't do nothing for me in my community. Sorry. He didn't enact any laws that will make me and mine's lives better. No, he did not. He fought for other people. Shout out to the LGBT. They got their protection. Where's mine? Where's my sons? Where's my grandsons? So they can stop being slaughtered in the streets and stop being railroaded. Crime happens in every neighborhood. Of course, the people you live with, those are the people who the crimes are going to be against. Duh. You live in the hood, crime is going to happen between the people in the hood. But that's all to paint a narrative to make my people look like the savages. The media does a great job of that. You watch a 5-minute clip on the news and you think you got the whole story. Lies. I'm not with the propaganda no more, and I'm not with the lies. The gig is up. We see through the bullshit. Excuse me, Lord. We see through it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Levon. Everybody else benefits from our civil rights, but us. I'm all for other people coming here the correct way, but then they come here and look down on me. They need to say thank you because my ancestors fought for their right to be here. That's all I'm saying. But no, they rather come down and turn their nose down because that's what they're told when they come here. Don't mess with the black people. You better than them. Matter of fact, here you go. Here go a business loan. Go open up a business in the hood on every corner. Obama passed the Dream Act for migrants and nothing. Nothing. What did he do for us? Nothing. I'm tired of the lies and the promises. And we vote for them and they'll get nothing. I've been doing it since I was 18, so I know. I was taught to vote one way. You walk in there, you vote this way, and that's it. And that's what I did. Until a few years ago, when the internet became booming and we can get information, research begun. Which party tried to hurt my people? Was it the Republicans or was it the Democrats? Who started Jim Crow? Who enacted Jim Crow? Who fought to keep slavery? Boom, boom, boom. When all them facts start hitting me in my face, I was like, oh, I'm done. I'm done. You won't get another vote from me. Sorry. Even if I got to go independent. If I'm tired of bullshit promises. If you don't offer me something, you don't get my vote. Simple. People better stop voting blindly and ask what are their policies? What are you going to do for the communities? Obama told us straight up, I ain't doing nothing specifically for black people. And he meant that shit. Excuse me, Lord. He meant it. Even Kamala said, well, I'm not doing anything specifically for black people. Because she not black. She's Indian. She didn't claim black till she ran for the office. She was a part of an HBCU and what? All nationalities can join a fraternity. Or go to an HBCU. And most of them lie on their applications saying they are African American or something to get, whatever they can get. This is the world we live in. Everybody benefits. You can pull yourself up. You can. Absolutely, you can. Go to work hard, go to college, go to school. Yes, that's the dream. I've been there. But let's not just forget about history, how it's built into the system, how it's in this system's DNA, who enacted these laws that did not benefit me. Every law that hurt me, I know where it came from now. That's why I don't sing none of their praises. Government never been set up for me or my child. Yeah, or my child. They pass everything for immigrants. I ain't got nothing against immigrants. Don't get me wrong. But I seen it time after time how they come and just get handed the world. Let's not just talk about the influx of illegals. Now we hate ICE. ICE been doing that same job for decades. Obama did deportation. Every president has done deportations. Now it's hate ICE. Now we hate ICE, and they've been doing this same job for decades. No, that's their agenda. Like I say, it's a reason for everything. Nothing is by coincidence. Come here the right way. You're like, well, America is built on immigrants or migrants, whatever. And you know what? Those people that came here through Ellis Island, they came here legally. Legally. They handled their paperwork. It's all nonsense, and I'm tired of it. That's why I stopped. I've been started my boycott. I don't go to none of these little stores in the hood. None of them. I support my FBA businesses now, or get it straight from China, just like everything else in this country. Everything in this country is made in China. Everything in your house, probably. Skip the middleman. Yeah, that's the businesses in your neighborhood who don't respect you. I skipped them. Yeah, our fair share. That's it. What my ancestors worked for. Oh, slavery over. No, it's not. People think slavery over. No, it's not. It still exists. We still slaves to the system to the day we die. Get out of here with the nonsense. Fairness. That's all. Mm, mm, mm. Slavery's over. Get over it. Get over it. No, you get over it. It's ingrained in this country. Give me what my ancestors worked for. How about that? Everybody else, every ethnicity in this country got reparations. I know that day won't come. I know it won't come. I ain't even thinking it's gonna come. But everybody else got it. Everybody. Indians, Jews, they probably still getting paid to this day. And that atrocity did not take place in the Americas. So why are we paying them reparations? And the Indians of now are not the Indians of back then. These are what $5 Indians, in my opinion. They didn't look like that. And most of us were here already in this country. Some of us came from Africa, true indeed, but most of us were here. They just labeled us all the same, colored, and begin to pass laws that didn't benefit us. So all that, pick yourselves up by the bootstraps, is bullshit. The odds, the game was never set up for us. From slavery till now, look at the laws that we had to go through. Yeah, I speak facts. Anything I've said, go Google it. Go look it up. Yeah, Republicans didn't start Jim Crow. They didn't enact that. They didn't enact redlining. Yes, yes, and they got paid more than the U.S. Yes, we pay everybody, but the people who built this country, everybody. You come here, you get a new Social Security card, so your credit is A1. First off, you get a business loan handed to you to open up a store in the hood in our neighborhood, whether it be a liquor store, whether it be a corner store, whether it be a bodega, whether it be a Chinese restaurant. Just look in your hood. Look what's around you. Look where your money goes to. Our dollar leaves our community faster than anything. Our dollar don't circulate in our community. No, we making everybody rich in their family. We making everybody else rich in their family because their businesses are in our neighborhood. And then they disrespect us on top of that. And then they murder our children on top of that. Let me just shut up for tonight. I'ma shut up. Let me go watch something uplifting for a minute. See, this is what took me so long to really hit these streets. Because I know what I gotta say, a lot of people may not agree with, and that's fine with me. You don't have to be here. I enjoy the people who are here. Whoever it may resonate with, I'm glad it does. And if it doesn't resonate with you, you know what to do. It's that little button, unsubscribe. Don't come back. See, because my page is not about numbers. I never been about numbers on my other pages. I mean, this is not my only page. This is my page to say what I want to say. This my crash out page. So it is what it is. But thank y'all for coming through. Yeah, baby, big money goes to Israel. You don't want me to get it started on Israel. You two might not like what I gotta say. I'm too much. I gotta save Israel for another day. But we are God's children, put it that way. Got a lot of frauds over in Israel right now, 2026. Those are frauds, not the true Jews. Sorry to tell you. And I'm going to leave it at that. A lot of people might not like my commentary, and I don't care because I'm not here for much. I already got that elsewhere. So, thank you. Yes, what was it established? 1948, Levon? 1948, it became a official country or whatever they want to call themselves. 1948. Those are frauds. Fraudulent. God know who his true people is. We know who the true people are. And it ain't the people that's there right now. It's not the read your Bible. That's all you got to do. It tells you who the true people of Israel are. It's in the word. I'm so happy I picked up my word so I can learn who I am. But those are frauds over there. And I'm gonna leave it at that. They left Israel, Hebrew, and dark skin and came back white. White. How Jordan say white? Oh, white. I can't say it how he say it. They left Hebrews and came back white. Lord have mercy. I'm a Hebrew. Yes. All praise to the Most High. Yahweh. Yeshua. Get you an Ethiopian Bible if you don't have one. It's the complete Bible that has never, the first canon with all of the books, 88 books. No books are missing. The Ethiopian Bible is complete. One of the first. This was before Christianity Bible, the Holy Bible. Ethiopian Bible was the first canon of Christianity. The Ethiopian Bible is true Christianity. All this other Christianity in today's world are religions. The Most High does not like religions. Those are man-made. Religions are man-made. Sorry to tell you. You are not supposed to follow religions. You're supposed to serve the Most High. And I'm going to stop right there. Hallelujah. Have a blessed night. I'm going to go get some laughs because my day has been really a lot with this crazy trial because I see what's happening. The kid was railroaded by a bunch of bullies in a corrupt county. That's it. Plain simple. That's all, folks. Have a blessed rest of your weekend. Get some rest. Yeah, they get mad when we tell the truth about who we are. I don't care. You know, Levon, I don't care. It's in the word. It was written. You know, like Nas says, it was written. It was written. Who are the children of Israel? Research. That's what I hate about just spewing nonsense. Do your history. Learn your history. Research. Read your Bible. Read the Ethiopian Bible so you can get a clear picture. That is the true Bible. All of them other religions were man-made. And anybody who tries to dispute that, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for your soul. You better stop playing with these religions that are man-made and get to the Most High, the Creator. But that's it. Have a blessed night, Levon. Thank you for coming through, everybody who came through. Levon. Who else? Cole's World. Thank you, Cole's World, for coming by. That 504 girl. Thank you, girl. Thank y'all to sit here and listen to my rant. I appreciate it. Now I'm going to Lemons to go get some laughs because this has been serious and I need to laugh. I need to laugh. All right. I'd rather laugh than cry because this world is a lie. We are living in a matrix. Break free of the matrix. All right, y'all. I'll be back with a conspiracy live. Oh, this was a conspiracy live kind of too. I'm just gonna say that. You know, I'm still learning the rules. You know, it is what it is. Whatever. Take the video. I'm not monetized. I say what I want. So thank y'all. Goodbye. Have a good night. Let's go get some laughs. Thank you for coming, and I see y'all people in the street. Deuces.